Before we get to my guest this hour, I'd just like to do a little bit of reflection on what is happening in the United States and around the world. Last week, George Floyd was the victim of a homicide at the hands of a police officer. This is very close to me since I myself am a former police officer. We were there to serve and protect. But remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Now, there are some new facts that have come to light over the last 24 hours that, number one, the county coroner is blaming the homicide on a heart condition. You have an independent coroner or pathologist saying it was asphyxia caused by the one officer on the back of Mr. Floyd, and that caused his diaphragm from going up and down, and of course, the other officer who had his knee on his neck. What they do not repeat time and time and time again is that at the time of the arrest, George Floyd was on drugs. We weren't there. We don't know what happened. This is up to the criminal justice system to take all the facts that they compiled during their investigation with the district attorney, the Department of Justice, because they're considering this as a hate crime. It's easy to blame, but you weren't there. We do not understand the full extent of the actions of both the police officers involved. And I'm not saying they were right. Please don't get me wrong. I've been called a racist from my views. And frankly, I don't give a damn. You know, you people yell, "We have our rights." Well, you know what? So do I. You want to protest? Protest in peace. You have that right. But when it comes to looting, when it comes to rioting, and because members of the media don't kiss your butts, you get upset? Too bad. You know, all these signs, Black Lives Matter. Well, what about a sign that says all lives matter? Whether you're black, whether you're brown, whether you're white, we're all on this planet. All lives matter. You know, I heard a lot today in the media about reforming the police and the actions of the police. Well, you know what? Here's something very, very simple to think about. If the actions of the criminals weren't there, then the actions of the police would not be necessary. The reform of the police would not be necessary. I think what President Trump last night did so he could take a photo opportunity outside a church was wrong. I think what Attorney General Barr instructed the multitask federal law enforcement agencies that were posted outside of the White House to disbar the protesters was totally wrong. I know for a fact that what the rioters are doing wrong, what the looters are doing wrong, they're, you know, and I can understand that President Trump, I don't agree with him 100% of the time. But I do agree where he says, hey, governors, if you cannot bring in the National Guard and protect the lives of your citizens and protect the property of these citizens, I will bring in the army. I agree with that. They're sworn to protect America from enemies, foreign and domestic. And if this is not a domestic enemy, I don't know what is. Anyway, to the family of George Floyd, my heart is with you. To the family of the 4 police officers that were shot yesterday, my heart is with them as well. You know, you don't see riots because 4 police officers got shot, do you? Oh, no. You want equality? Well, Follow the example that was put forth last night and today, because no police officers are rioting. No police officers are looting. No police officers are protesting. They're there to serve and protect. So just give the officers involved in this horrific event the same judicial rights that you want for what has happened to George Floyd and his family. These officers have been charged, yes. One has been charged, I'm sorry. The others are, we'll see what happens there. He deserves the same rights as anyone else. He has been charged with a Class 3 homicide. He has not been convicted. He is still innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The Black Lives Matter want that. Antifa wants that. All the idiots who are causing riots and looting and burning and shooting at police officers want their rights. Well, so does the police officer involved in this deserve his right to a fair trial and to be judged by his peers. It's a two-way street. And don't forget, Exonation, there's always three sides to a story. His side, her side, and the truth.